Hi and welcome to the Azam Shop channel on YouTube. I'm your host Muhammad Azam with another video about iOS development, and today we are going to look at a new feature in iOS 6 and it's called attributed strings. Now if you have been using strings and of course labels on your screen, and let me show you on the storyboard. So this is a label and it has a certain amount of functionality that you can give it to it. You can change it to well, it's actually plain, right? So you can change it to a color, you can change the different colors to it, and you can change all of these settings like line breaks and font settings and everything. But now in iOS 6, I'm not sure what version of Xcode I'm using, so let's check it out. I think it's 4.5. Here we go. So in 4.5, which uses iOS 6, you can actually select your label and you can change it to the attributed string, and we're going to see how the attributed strings, or what functionalities are provided by using attributed string. Okay, so if I right now select this, and this is already connected to the view controller, to the name label, okay, and let me go ahead and run this. You will see that it renders exactly the same as before. Basically it will just say label and it will render in the simulator. Okay, it's going to take some time to load up in the simulator, and this happens when the first time the simulator is actually launching, and on the subsequent request or the subsequent rendering or running of the application it will be much faster. So here we go, we can see that it's just a plain label. Okay, so now if you want to use the attributed string, it's pretty simple. You have to define some dictionary and you have to assign some attributes to it. Okay, so this is we can actually use, instead of using this particular method, we can actually use the new features or the modern Objective-C, where we can easily basically create a dictionary, NS dictionary, using the syntax that I'm showing you right now, and then I can simply say UI color green color. Okay, and then after this I'm just going to make a, okay, let's see what's going on. Oh, it's not a comma, I guess it's this. And then we can actually make a NS attributed string, and I'm just going to call it a string, and NS attributed string alloc and init with string, and you can provide any string that you really want. I'm just going to say this is a green message, and then in the label outlet I can instead of assigning the text, what we're going to do is we are going to assign the attributed text. Alright, so here we go. Let's actually go ahead and run this. Okay, hold on, I think I missed something. Of course, we didn't really assign any attributes to it over here, so let's go ahead and assign the attributes which we declared, and run it again, and you will see that the message that you had was in black in color, but now it's in green color. Okay, big deal, because you can actually do this in the in the previous version of Xcode and the previous version of the frameworks. So let's see how this is different. Attributed NS attributed string, it will provide you much more functionality apart from just changing the color. So you can actually see there are different type of things that you can do, and you can actually do all of those. Let me see. So you can also have the NS okay, so let's see what's going on over here. So we have the NS, sure, what's going on? Wow, that is super slow. So NS underline style attribute name. Okay, and we will just going to give it one value, which means that yes, we do want the underlining. Okay, and let's run it again, and here we go. So we get a underline string basically. Okay, and that is not what you can easily do in the older version of the framework. Okay, let me open up my TextMate and see if I can find you more examples. Okay, I think I did something else. Okay, anyway, so these are some of the things that you can actually do with attributed string. As you can see, you can also change the paragraph. You know, if you want to change the paragraph, you can also do that. But let me show you another good feature is if you want to, let's say, if you have a string, you can actually divide it into, you know, multiple colors. Like one string can have multiple colors also, and that is, I think, a pretty cool feature. So let's actually do that. So I'm just going to say this red attribute or attributes, and UI color, it will be a red color, and we are going to just remove this part because we don't really care about underlining the string. Okay, that is super duper slow. Here we go. So we have this one, and this is a red color. Here we go. And then we have another attribute we can actually make over here, which is NSDictionary, and this will be green attributes. NS foreground attribute name, and then we can say green color. So now we have two different basically attributes. One is representing the red color and one is representing the green color. Okay, we are going to create our string, but we are not really going to assign any attribute to it because, and the reason we are not assigning, we have to assign it separately. So here we go. Okay, this is way too slow to pick up anything. Let me see what's going on. This is just way too slow to even work on. Let me check what is eating the memory over here. Okay, so we have NSAttributedString. We don't really need NSAttributedString in this case. We are going to create NSMutableAttributedString, which will allow us to change the attributes. Okay, so NSMutableAttributedString, and then init with string, and I can simply say this is red and this is green, something like that. And NSMutableAttributedString is going to allow you to set the attributes. So now here we go, we can set the attributes over here. We can set the red attribute, and then you can say NSMakeRange. So where, you know, where does it start? So I can say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think it starts at 8. It's going to go till like 3 characters or something. Okay, and everything else looks okay. We haven't really set up for the green. So here we go. So we have one of them colored as the red, and you can easily color this one green. You just have to find you know, the location basically of that, and you can do the same for pretty much the same concept you can apply to set attributes, and you can say green attribute, and then ns make range, and I don't know the range, so I'm just going to say 12 and 5, which will of course be well, let's just say 15, which will be wrong, but you know the whole idea. You can actually go and, you know, instead of coloring this, you can color the actual the green color. And this is it. I mean, this is apart from the, you know, different colors, you can apply different styles to it. There's also a paragraph tool or a paragraph features that you can apply to it. So these all functionalities were not really included in the older versions of the iOS framework, and you have to either download a third-party library or write a lot of code to achieve that, and now you can actually achieve it using the NSAttributedString. NSAttributedString is a you know, complicated class basically, and it cannot be really covered with just one screencast just like this in a few minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create multiple screencasts and then host it on the YouTube channel that you're watching. Okay. Also, I do have my new app that is released, that is available on the App Store. It is called Vegetable Tree. I am a vegetable gardener, basically myself. I love vegetable gardening, and it will allow you to basically plant your vegetables. You can easily track them, as you can see over here, and share them on Facebook or Twitter. It's available on the App Store. Just click over here, go over there, and buy the app and support this screencast show. Support the channel of Azam Sharp. I'll be really happy. And if you do plan to buy it, please rate and review it. Okay? Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed this screencast.